What's going on, Schrute Stock Squad? Today is Sunday, March 21st, 2021, and today's video is for entertainment purposes only. In this video, I'm going to be talking about Zometica, Tesla, BNGO, and upcoming plays that's going to be happening in this next week, all right? So stick around with the family here, and I think you're going to like what I have for you. If you're new to the channel, this is Schrute Stock Squad, all right? And that's what we call ourselves. It's Schrute Stocks, where I show you my journey to $1 million openly and transparently. No screen cropping out, none of that BS that you're going to see in all the other YouTube channels out there. You're going to actually see me put my money where my mouth is, and all I ask in return is that you hit that subscribe and like button for me. If you're ready to take your investment game to the next level, come join the family over on Discord with the link in the Patreon below. It does not matter if you're a beginner or experienced. All that we ask is that you take the investment journey seriously. With all that said, let's get into the video, okay? So, first thing I want to address right now is I've been getting comments about the Patreon and the Discord, okay? The $1 price tag was just for the first 50 members, okay? That was only for the first 50 members, and the price is not coming back. The next price level up is $5, and that price is only there for the next 125 members. The reason why, and the next level up is going to be $10, and that's where it's going to stay for anyone who wants to join after this. The reason why I set the pricing like this, guys, is because if you go on any of the other Discords, the other channels out there that do the pricing like that, you're going to find that a lot of the people who sign up, they don't take the investment journey seriously, and the Discord gets completely flooded with spam posts and bogus advice. And you know what? Like I said, this is for people who want to take the investment journey seriously. And it doesn't matter if you're a beginner or advanced. The purpose is so that when you come into this Discord and you join in with the family there, you're going to be learning how to actually invest seriously. If you just want to continue going after hype stock and, you know, find the next SNDL to 2x your money in a week, you know what? Stay on YouTube. Stay on YouTube, and I'm sure you're going to find a bunch of people who post videos like that. And good luck. Because the reality of the situation is, if you can just continuously double up your money like that, if that was the case, Jeff Bezos would be investing his whole portfolio in there. Let me just give you the reality. There's a reason that this stuff does not work every single time, and you're almost gambling to some extent. My whole approach in investing, guys, is this: I am not the smartest investor you're going to find. I am not the richest investor you're going to find. What I've learned in my 10 plus years of investing is reward to risk. You know, what's the risk to reward ratio? You will not win every single play, but the goal here is to only invest in the plays that can give you the highest reward for the lowest risk. And that's how I like to optimize my strategies, okay? So if that is something you want to learn and actually apply in how to invest, come join the Discord with the link in the Patreon. I'm keeping it at this pricing, guys, and it's never going to go lower. So there's no Black Friday deals, there's no discount deals you're going to be getting, because it's not fair to people who've joined earlier. And quite honestly, the value you're going to be getting is worth much more than $10 a month. I can't say guarantee or none of that stuff, because I can't control what you do with the finances. But $10, $5 a month, you will more than likely make much more than that within the 1 month. So I'm just going to leave it at that. That's, if I was a beginner investor, that's what I would do. But don't take my word. I have people in the Patreon. I've put screenshots of what people have been saying in the community tab. You can just read what other people have to say. Don't go by my word. Okay, let's get into this. So first thing I want to talk about is Zometica, the play that everybody loves right now. So Zometica. I'm not going to speak about this too much because I covered a lot of the details here in the last few videos. Basically, remember the support levels I was telling you. We got 205, we got 185, and then 130, okay? Those are the three levels. And if it breaks through those, so the way this thing works is if it dips below 205, I don't want you guys, if you have not made your position in Zometica, don't get it at $2. Do not get it above $2. I don't recommend that. Wait for it to dip below 205, and if you see it in the $1.95, $1.90 region, consider making a small investment in it. Don't put your whole money in. Don't put your big investment in right from the start, okay? Make a small position in there. So, what my game plan is this. So, I will be putting a stop a sell order, okay? A sell order of Zometica if it ever dips below like $1.80. Because you see, my average price tag on this is what? $1.41. So the support levels I told you, $2.05, $1.85, and $1.30. If it breaks $2.05, the next level I see it headed is $1.85. If it breaks $1.85, that's where we take a big swing down, and the support levels are around $1.30. Okay, so what the plan is, if the sell order goes through it, I'm out at $1.80. I'm gonna buy back in at the $1.30 mark, and I'm gonna ride the slingshot all the way back up to $3. If you want, you can just dollar cost average your way down on this, or you can put in trailing stop losses at like 10% or so, and play the stop like that. This is all dependent on how long you want to hold this play for. Okay, if you're willing to hold this play for 6 months or so, and you did your right DD and you actually believe in everything that this company is doing, hey, then you know what to do. The next catalyst that's going to be coming up for this thing is their Q1 earnings report. That's going to be coming out here, May 14th, okay? So we got a little while to wait for the next catalyst. Other things that we're still waiting on Zometica to come out with, they gave it to, who was their first customer? That Dr. Berg in New York. He's one of the biggest name veterinarians in the field. He very, very prominent in the veterinary industry. I think it's actually the largest veterinary clinic in the entire state of New York is where this product was sold. So if he ever gives a review about it or talks about this thing, you can expect some news about that. If it's good or bad, okay? If it's bad, then hey, you know what's about to happen to the stock, okay? So remember, this is a penny stock play, so we gotta use a little bit of caution. This has never been sold, and it has never made any it has never had any actual like practical uses yet. So we have to approach with caution, but like I'm saying, if you did your DD and you understand it, then you know what you're in for. So that's one thing we have to wait for. Other thing we have to wait for is we want to hear from Zometica how many contracts they had in place, So they threw us with a curveball by selling that product out to Dr. Berg with their first customer, but who knows what other doctors and hospitals have already made contracts. Zometica is supposed to be given that information out. Hopefully in a couple weeks they'll do it. The other thing we don't know is how much does this item cost, right? That's another thing we have to understand. And like I said in one of my other videos about Zometica, they still have not released all of the assays, guys. There's still like 2 of the assays that they have not given. I think it was the ACTH for the cortisol, and I think it was I want to say it was the free T4 levels. Those 2 assays. Remember what I said. You cannot make a full diagnosis of hypo or hyperthyroidism or hyper or hypocortisolism based on the assays that they've given. This is one of the biggest misunderstandings that's been going out in the YouTube industry right now. Every person who's been talking about Zometica to pump it up or bring it down is forgetting this big thing. You still cannot make the diagnosis with what they have right now. Zometica themselves have said those other 2 assays are going to be coming out at the end of this month. So we still have a week or 2 to wait to see when those things come out, and then we have to see how the doctors can review it. So guys, this is a little bit longer hold than if you just plan to just take this thing into March 30th and dip. Okay, you have to kind of play it like that. All right, so that's with Zometica. Next thing I want to talk about is my favorite stock of all time, guys. Tesla. So, Tesla. Take a look at this. $650. What have I been telling you the last several weeks? What have I been telling you? You see this thing in these prices? This is a steal. Even right now, $650. Kathy Woods, everybody's favorite person. Kathy Woods, she came out, and ARK Invest has come up with their price tags on this, their price predictions. 2025. $1,500 on the low, $3,000 on the median, and then $4,000 on the high. That was their prediction for 2025. So what's the year right now? 2021. 4 years, okay? 4 years. This is the pricing that they see it as. So the lowest that they came up with was $1,500. If you don't know who Kathy Woods is, that's okay. She's a big name that's been hyped up a lot in the last year or so. But she is one of the she's one of the first people who made the bullish case for Tesla in the beginning of 2020. And she's the one who called this thing that it's going to hit, you know, the highest. I forgot the exact numbers that she was. I don't have it written with me, but she was only, I think it was $1,500 or so back in 2020. It was going to hit, and every single price tag that she gave about Tesla has been correct. Now, with that said, obviously it's in her best interest to make a bullish case for Tesla right now. She bought into it heavily. The ARK funds are heavily invested in this, so of course it's going to make sense for her to want to push this thing. Remember what I said, guys. Wall Street is still not our friends. Look, as much as we love Kathy, trust me, I love Kathy as much as the next person, but she's not our friend. We got to take her advice with a grain of salt, just like anyone else. With Kathy, I will give a bigger grain of salt than some of the other people, though. I'll say that, okay? I will say that. So we can trust her word more than some of the other people, but I'm telling you, if you hold Tesla for a decade, I want you to put a reminder on your phone to just tell you in 5-10 years what the price was on this day, and then you make your plays accordingly. That's all I'm going to be saying on that end. All right. I still, if I were you and you haven't made a position in this as a foundational stock, consider doing it. Again, like I said about, it all depends on where you are in your investment journey. So don't just play it just because I told you, hey, if I were you, I would buy it. If I were you and I'm just beginning and I don't have a foundation, then purchase it. Or if you have extra cash on the side and you have some stuff, consider buying in on this. So that's all I'm going to say about it. Next thing I want to talk about with you is this one, BNGO. I am not invested in this stock. I'm not invested in this right now. So what I want to talk about is this with BNGO. So they are going to be having earnings come out on Tuesday. All right. Now, people are expecting whenever these earnings to come out to either be a catalyst to push it up or push it down. What I'm calling right now is I don't think that the earnings are going to be very good with BNGO on this right now. Reason being why I'm not saying it, why I'm saying it may not be the best, is because I don't think that their Sapphire technology actually made a lot of sales right now. I think they just announced it, just a couple months ago about the technology itself. And I really don't see that they've made too many sales right now. I think this company is still, quite honestly, in that R&D phase. They're transitioning. They're in that transition phase to go from R&D to actual commercialization. So you can't expect as many sales, especially Q1. There's not going to be as many. And because of that, you may actually end up finding yourself to have a buying opportunity afterwards if you were interested in getting in on this play. So if you actually wanted to get in on BNGO, I may consider waiting to after the earnings, because you may find people who are going to say this is going to go up. You might find people who are going to say it's going to go down. I'm calling it that I don't think that they made too many sales right now, and because of that, the price may have a pullback. So you may actually be able to get in on BNGO at perhaps even less than $9. And if you can get it at less than $9, you can ride this thing out for the rest of the year. And then, in my opinion, this is going to be worth. I don't want to put a number on it. I'm not going to put a number, but it's going to be worth much more than what it is right now. So that's all I'm going to leave on BNGO. And let me see if I have anything else I wanted to share in my notes here. So I think this is basically, I had a few other things I could talk about, but really this is going to be where I wanted to wrap it up at. I didn't make any changes here. I'm not planning to make too many changes other than maybe restructuring the portfolio, in which case you'll see that I make, a lot of the funds are going to get shifted around and things like that. Please remember what I've been seeing a lot of people do in the comment sections and in the Discord. You guys are in too many plays. Just because I mentioned BNGO, just because I mentioned Zometica, don't think you need to get in on every single one of these plays. Do not keep your portfolio so spread out, okay? Only a couple shares you need, okay? Only 4 or 5 shares in your foundation layers, and only a couple more plays up top, which you think are going to run up. Don't buy into every single hype stock. If you keep doing that, you're not going to have enough money so that when it does double up, it's going to barely make a dent. Like I said, if you have $10 and that doubles up, it's 20. I mean, it's great. $20 is great. But are you looking to make $20 or are you looking to make, some bigger gains? So you really have to consider where you're putting the money at. So don't spread yourself too thin on these things, all right? So with all that said, I'm going to wrap up the video here. I just want you to know why I'm creating this channel and what I'm all about here. I'm looking to create wealth and not make to not make you rich. Wealth is where it's generational. It goes to you, your kids, your grandkids, generations. This is something where it's a mindset that's going to have to be different. Rich is different. Any person can get rich if you win the lottery. You know what I'm saying? How many people in the lottery actually get to stay rich? You can stay rich if let's say, let's say you bought in on Zometica, let's take this thing as an example. Let's say it's $1.40 I bought it at, and then it got up to $2.30. I dumped my entire account into this Zometica play, right? And then it doubles up. Man, I just doubled up all my money. This is not how you become wealthy. I'm going to tell you, because that's called being, quite honestly, that's called being reckless and stupid. That's how you end up getting burned. That's how you end up getting in stocks that you don't know enough about, and you just buy in on the hype. And this is not long-term thinking. This is not long-term thinking, and this is not the channel where you're going to learn that. So I just want you to know I'm speaking all of this because of my years of investing, and I've made a lot of gains and a lot of losses and everything in between. All the stuff I'm showing you is from real life experience. This is not something you can just read in a book. You guys are my family, and I want you to learn from my mistakes. Do not make the mistakes that I've done, because I've lost the money. There's no need for you to. If you found any of this useful and want to help support the channel, pick up some of the Schrute stock merch down below. Join in on the Discord if you want to take this journey seriously and actually, start building your foundation and join the community where we're actually becoming millionaires step by step, day by day. All right. With all that said, you know what I'm going to say? Stay happy, stay healthy. Let's get wealthy. I'll check in with you on the next one.